Welcome to the 51 episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon McCulloch.
Hello.
Hello, Brandon. Nice to meet you.
How's it going?
How's it going? I'm good. You? Congrats
I'm
for
good.
your
Nice to meet
music. Congrats so
What's up?
much for your
Thank you so
music.
much.
You rock. Can you?
Thanks, dude. Hey, wait, can I ask you one question? Are we started yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to tell you that I have new neighbors and their dogs are barking their heads
okay.
off. So I hope...
You're in LA, right?
What's that? LA, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just go for it. I was just going to say that we might hear a lot of dogs barking, but that's cool.
Cool.
How is it going?
I'm
good.
Good. Right now, I'm in Dallas. I was listening to your music and, you're great.
Thank you so much.
Hope you got the opportunity to travel all around Europe, too.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wish I would love to. I played in London a few times, but I haven't toured Europe. I would love to.
Cool. I wish you in Italy. Your music is on a high level. Congrats so much.
Thank you. How did you hear me?
Yeah, I've heard you on Spotify. As I'm always interesting to listen new music. I always used to have a research of new bands and new artists to have a chat with, to interview, to promote. I love to promote new artists, so that's why.
Well, thank you for that.
How did you start to make music? When you realized that was your right moment to make music as a professionally.
As a professional, I think that probably started in my 20s. A little earlier. As far as playing out live and stuff and charging people money, yeah, like my first bands, we were always probably around 20 in college. But then when I moved to Los Angeles, I got my songs in some TV shows, and that's kind of when it really took off. The show The Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
I have 2 songs on that show and a couple on Smallville and One Tree Hill and different movies. So yeah, I feel like I became a professional when companies started to use my music, and usually I produce it all myself, so it was pretty cool.
That's amazing. I've heard that you realized that you was ready for your moment to make real music after a show on India. How this thing has inspired you? This kind of show.
In India?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I told you about that. Yeah, so that's when I was a little kid. We lived in India, and my parents had hired a typical Indian band, which is a kora player, a tabla player, and a sitar player. And I just remember watching them through my bedroom, and they were men with gray beards, and they were playing music, and I couldn't believe that adults were allowed to do that. I couldn't believe that was a real job. So that's what got in my head. I was like, and everybody was just walking by, and I just remember watching them just in pure amazement, thinking that it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. So that's really where I got it from. It wasn't really like a rock star or anything. It was just there's this band that they had hired. Yeah, thanks.
As you had as you started having a lot of bands in the past, right? How this kind of old bands has inspired you as of the music that you do now, of just like the old experience with the bands.
With my bands or with bands that I've been? Lots of different things. When I started, I didn't want to be the singer, first of all. I just write the guitar part, and I would try to get somebody else to sing. And then I think that got pretty annoying for people because I kept telling them what to do. And so eventually I realized I had to sing. But all the bands are kind of similar in that they were guitar-driven bands. But then I feel like I got better and got my own voice as I kept going, and kind of figured out who I was and got the courage to sing. And now I love singing and playing.
I was just curious.
But yeah, I probably had like 4. Sorry.
Yeah, your sound is amazing because it's not just like an alternative rock with some just like folk mixes, just like a mashup of it's amazing. How did you find the right sound when you write a track?
Yeah. Well, this last record is called Denim. It's called by Brandon McCulloch Band. I'm going to credit the sound of the music to a lot of the people that I worked with. I have some really talented friends. And so we just went into it with an idea. we wanted to make a record, and not that it ended up sounding like this, but we were inspired by Nirvana, Bleach, that record. We were inspired by Matthew Sweet. We were inspired by REM and like Lemonheads. And so we went after this idea to sort of keep those ideas in mind and then attack my songs with those production ideas.
Amazing.
So that's kind of where the sound for this record came from. Yeah, I really like it, but I have to give a lot of credit to my friends Josh Joe Kobar.
How was the writing process of a Denim? Because it seems like a journey.
Yeah,
it's amazing. The writing process and the production too.
The writing process is usually just me on my bed with an acoustic guitar. And so I just start writing the songs that way. And to me, if they stand up like just with me and the guitar, I know it's gonna work with the band. So then I just play those songs to the band, and they're all really good, really talented guys. So they know and they're similarly influenced, not exactly, but similarly. And then they bring a lot to the table.
You generally write by yourself, or okay, the songs you write are all yours, just like you don't write with all the bands. How much is
I don't it's not because I don't want to. The way that I write is so meticulous, and I just have a certain way that I build my little Lego castle, and then we go try to make it a real castle. So I've written with people before. I've co-written with other writers before, but yeah, my technique with my band is usually to have it all written beforehand, just so it's not, I don't know, so it's more focused and direct in the writing process. But then everybody brings their talent to the table, and it turns into a record like Denim, and I'm really proud of that record. I think it's the best.
You had just like a lot of big experience on stage too, just like from the Southwest, and which is your best memorable moment on stage?
My best memory on stage? I guess I'll just talk about this. Well, there's been a lot. I was on Parks and Rec. That was which is a pretty big TV show, but I was playing in their show as a member of Mouse Rat. So that was really cool because I got to be on TV. But as far as playing with my band, I really liked we went to South by Southwest last year, and almost all of those shows I really loved. Like people in Austin are really receptive to new music, and sometimes in LA, people are a little bit jaded. Bit more. So yeah, it was pretty cool playing in Austin for bands that were super into it.
How did you feel to have just like your music on TV shows? You feel that it's just like a pressure on yourself, or maybe things to continue to go?
How do I feel about the songs on the TV shows? I love it. It's always cool to hear your stuff on television. And I think my songs lend themselves pretty well to picture. So I'm always thinking like a music video in my head, even when I'm writing.
Yeah, amazing.
That's
amazing.
And it's also like one of the last ways that we make any money. So I enjoy it. Anytime I get published, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So your music is just like I feel like an experience, because it seems I can feel the live show also in on a release version, on a studio version. It seems like a live experience.
That's a huge compliment.
Amazing.
That's exactly what we were going for.
How was the process of Turn It Up? Turn It Up was your last release too, and it's a smash.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. That's actually a 20-year-old song that was on The Deadliest Catch. And I'd never released it before, and a lot of fans of the TV show have always been hitting me up saying, "Can we get a copy? Can we get a copy?" So that's a cool band. That's actually David Palmer from the band in the background playing drums, and Jason Hiller on bass, and then I'm playing everything else. But I recorded most of that in my kitchen, and so it was pretty cool to hear it on a big television show and just know that it was recorded.
How did you find the right melody and the right sound of the track? Did you have to maybe just like release more and more demos, or just like to see, okay, that's the final master of the track? How is your own process?
I don't know if I can speak for anybody else, but you're never sure when it's over. You're never sure when it's done, because by that time you've heard it so many times, and I've lost all perspective. So there's just a point where you have to say it's finished. That's it. and so one of the keys, that's a huge compliment that you said the record sounds live, because you can ruin that if you overdo things and tinker too much. So it's cool to have good people around you too who are telling you when it's over. They're like, that one's done, let's do another one. So there's not a clear answer of when anything's done. I think you could work on it forever, but that's a talent in and of itself to know when to finish and when to stop and do something else. I think it's good to be working on more than one song at once. That's one of my secrets. If you're just looking at one thing, you're focusing too much on it. So if you're working on like 5 and then you realize you're focusing on this one, then you move to this third one. And so if you split your energy between more than one song, that's a good way to not hyper focus on one thing.
Are you just planning some live shows now, maybe around LA or, around the US to promote your music?
Yes, in LA first. So I did a bunch of acoustic shows from November until about a month ago, like almost 2 or 3 a week. And I got pretty burnt just because it was so much work. So I'm taking a short break, but then pretty soon I'm going to have full live band shows in Los Angeles. I don't have a date yet, but I will soon.
Yeah,
but,
I hope to
come
there and see you live. What do you want that people take away from your music?
Ooh, what do I want people to take away? I want them to, if I'm going to be totally honest, I want them to feel like it's something sort of familiar, but it's something brand new at the same time. Because I like to borrow little pieces of the past from things that influenced me that I think are now, I don't hear very much in music anymore. Like Matthew Sweet's song Girlfriend is a perfect song. And I always wonder, and it's still a perfect song. And I don't know, I just think about that song and how it made me feel, because it was sort of nostalgic 70s, but also like a pop rock song in the 90s. And so I just like that, the idea of borrowing from the past. So I want people to feel a little nostalgic. I think my songs are good for driving.
Yeah.
I think if you're driving down a freeway or on your motorcycle and you've got it in your ears, I think it's perfect music for travel.
For every moment, because it's a journey. Your music, I felt like it's a crazy journey. It's an experience. So congrats so much. I hope to see you live, somewhere, maybe Europe or maybe in the US, because I will come back. So
okay, you're on the list.
You totally got my
support
for promote your tracks, and your music, because you're totally great. Congrats so much.
Thank you. I think Radio On, that song on Denim is the song that everybody's been latching onto. It's the most radio friendly one. And there used to be a rule, if you said radio over and over in your song, it would get on the radio. But there's no more radio.
Yeah.
So I'll have to say I'll have to rhyme something with streaming. Just kidding. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you. Thank you for everything. You totally got my support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you. Have a good day.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Bye.
Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.